they're getting themselves sorted out, this sextet, for the finale. Here's David.
Coral get closer to the action, handicap chase, and they're running for the Jim Joel Memorial Trophy. Amarillo Sky, Bundoran and Cortland, the first three to show, ahead of Monsieur Lecoq in the pink, just jumping that in fourth. The green of Only Money in fifth place, and Hatcher is the early back marker as they move on towards fence number 2. The 11-year-old Bundoran disputing with the 6-year-old Amarillo Sky. And just a half length between them there. Cortland, Monsieur Lecoq and Only Money, the next three. And Hatcher is in last position under Harry Skelton, the big race winning jockey today, as they come to the water jump for the final time this afternoon. And it's the veteran Bundoran, a spring-heeled leap, almost too much so. He shows them the way, the 2019 Desert Orchid Chase winner, to Amarillo Sky, now on his outside in second place. And then a length and a half to Monsieur Lecoq and Ciron Gethings on the inside of treble-seeking James Bowen and Cortland in the red. And then Tom Cannon and Only Money. And finally, Hatcher, the 14-time winner Hatcher. They're now entering the back straight and running to fence number 4. Plain fence, open ditch. 3 more plain ones. Bundoran to Amarillo Sky in second. Amarillo Sky made every yard to win at Cheltenham last month, or this month even. Bundoran making sure he can't do that today, just having the advantage. Amarillo Sky on the outside in second. There wasn't much to choose between them that time. Hatcher was sticky at the ditch in last place and just lost a little bit of momentum and ground, as Bundoran on the inside of Amarillo Sky. Only Money with a nice pace to run at just in behind, just jumping up into third past Monsieur Lecoq and Cortland. Hatcher is in 6th place as they now move on to fence number 7 of the 13, the penultimate one down the back. Bundoran on the inside of Amarillo Sky. They match one another over that fence. Only Money is following them with Cortland. Monsieur Lecoq is being bumped along and Hatcher is on the outside, not too far away, but still the back marker. Bundoran and Amarillo Sky, again, neither flinching at that. They both jumped it very fluently. So that's all the jumping done in the back straight. The next will be the cross fence, and Bundoran looking flat out on the inside of Amarillo Sky. Only Money is stalking them in third, and then Cortland. Hatcher has passed his first rival, and that is Monsieur Lecoq, who is struggling in 6th place as they make the run towards 5 out here, and the Coral get closer to the action handicap chase. It's Bundoran on the inside of Amarillo Sky. Tom Scudamore and Brendan Powell. 3 lengths then to Only Money in third. Bundoran, Amarillo Sky. Only Money in third. The others just struggling a bit now. It's 5 or 6 lengths to Cortland. Another 4 or 5 to Hatcher. And then Monsieur Lecoq. So Bundoran defending the lead robustly here on the inside of Amarillo Sky, who is travelling strongly. Only Money is in third. Now just being asked his first question. Several lengths then to Cortland as they run towards the 4th last. Amarillo Sky just nosing to the narrowest of leads to Bundoran, and out jump Bundoran there, and the favourite strides on. Bundoran's resistance broken as Only Money goes into 2nd place. It's Amarillo Sky with the advantage. The last ditch 3 out, over 2.5 lengths clear of Only Money, who's going to try and pick Amarillo Sky off. Gets one behind the saddle. They head to the 2nd last, and Amarillo Sky, who's traded punches with Bundoran, he still leads by 2 lengths to Only Money, who hasn't got on terms just yet, but Brendan Powell is pretty vigorous on the leader as they run down towards the 13th and final fence. Amarillo Sky still with 3 lengths to Only Money, and Amarillo Sky comes to the last, and a beautiful jump, and he's clear by 4 or 5 now. Heading inside the last furlong, it's Amarillo Sky with the initiative. He's 5 or 6 lengths clear, and he's a progressive young chaser, Amarillo Sky. He's going to win for Joe Tizard, John Romans and Brendan Powell, and Amarillo Sky will take the Jim Joel Memorial Trophy. Only Money in 2nd. Monsieur Lecoq got going to finish in 3rd place.
Brendan Powell was on board Amarillo Sky, and I wasn't sure I'd be seeing you riding here today after seeing you disappear into the ambulance yesterday. What happened with your, in terms of your physical condition with what happened yesterday?
So obviously I had a fall in the one of the early races yesterday, and whatever way I landed, my head sort of tucked under my body and got stuck between the horse and the ground and sort of skidded along. So it was a bit uncomfortable when I came back in. And it did seize up, so the doctors and physios thought it'd be best just to go and get a scan, just make sure it wasn't anything serious. So yeah, I took the decision to slam myself down for my last 3 rides yesterday, and try and get ready for today. And turns out I was just being soft, and there was nothing broken. So yeah, had a bit of ice, a few painkillers last night, and back at it today. But I feel a lot better now than I did this time yesterday.
I bet you did, and of course you lost a really nice young horse as well.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier, and it's one of the hardest parts of the sport. But he's a horse with a lovely future, and that's why we've all got to sort of cherish make the most of the days like today when we have success.
Yes, well, let's focus on Amarillo Sky. He is upwardly mobile, isn't he, at the moment?
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's still only a relatively young horse, really, but I hope his enthusiasm lasts for a long time, because he absolutely loves his racing, and it seems to be improving even since last year. And he wears his heart on his sleeve when he runs, and he stays at 2 miles really well. There might be an option in time where we can step him up and trip, but I think he's a horse that likes to be ridden quite aggressively over 2. So I'll leave that with Joe, and he knows what he's doing more than I do. So I just get the pleasure of turning up and getting on them when days like today.
Talk me through the race, because you had Bundoran, who's a really good horse, taking you on upside. So tell me about how the race developed for you.
Yeah, we pretty much made all at Cheltenham, but I was kind of left alone. And today, Skoo, he was pretty forward as well. I had it in the back of my mind that I didn't want to ruin my own race by trying to go with him, but at the same time, I didn't really want to let Skoo get an easy lead, so I kind of had to sort of meet him in the middle somewhere. And he jumped super, and I was able to fill him up at the cross fence, and I gave him a little squeeze down to the first in the straight, and he picked up well, and he winged the ditch, and from there on I never really felt like I was in too much danger, apart from the ones, the fence in front of me. So I gave him a squeeze at 2 out, and he was clever. And last year he had a bad fall at that exact fence when I sat still on him. So he's obviously he's learning as well. So yeah, it's great for the owners as well, and they're great supporters of us, and obviously the whole weekend's been sponsored by Coral, so it's nice to wear their sponsor as well on a daily basis. No,
absolutely. And so how high do you think he can go now?
It's hard to know. I mean, if he keeps going the way he is, there'd be no reason why we couldn't aim him at some sort of graded races. We ran him in, I think it was a graded race at Aintree last year.
Yes, you did, yeah.
But it was at the end of a long season, and you can see how the way he runs. He was probably quite tired at the end of the season. Yeah. So it's definitely. I think he's earned his right to line up in a grade 3 somewhere, or grade 2. And but like I said, I don't interfere with Joe. I let him get on with it. He knows what he's doing.
Well, I totally agree with you. I think he has to go up in grade after that performance. Many congratulations. A really nice end to the 2 days.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Lydia.
Thank you.